Allen's new music video creating a whole lot of buzz. She's back. It's been 4 long years, and her new music video, Hard Out Here, is generating a lot of controversy. People are talking about it. In fact, my friend Mel, shout out to Mel, is the one that brought this video right to my attention because she could not wait to see it. And since then, I've been following up on all the different forums and all the different media outlets, and everybody has a different opinion. So basically, in the video, it opens up and you see Lily Allen laid out on an operating table, and she's getting liposuction. And there's a music executive over her saying, I couldn't get you on Kimmel, I couldn't get you on this show. And by the way, how do you let yourself get like that? And then she's like, I had 2 babies. Meanwhile, like fat's being sucked out. And then you see the music video begin to happen, and it's a parody, it's satire and all the misogyny in the music industry. You see jabs at Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines video, twerking, just like all the pop culture references in the pop industry, the hip hop industry. And we're gonna break down all those references as well as the lyrics, but first thoughts, 5 words or less.
Hard for me to watch. Yeah.
Meh. You better preach.
Yeah, you go, girl. Okay, so I can't wait to hear what you thought. Okay, what did you think about this music video in general?
Okay, so it started off really strong, like the way it opened up with that, I had 2 babies, I was like, yes, oh my God, yes. And then she gets out and she starts doing the things in videos that everyone does. So I was like, the whole music video wasn't about that. Like if it had just been that theme throughout, I just felt like she was just dancing up there with everybody else, and it wasn't like...
So because they're in on it, it doesn't make it any less of an objectification.
Right, she's using that.
That's what I mean.
Still, like she's using like girls twerking and stuff like that, and it just, the message would have been stronger. It's hard out there for a bitch, because the song itself is good, other than the auto-tune part, but the song itself is really good, and I get where the message was going, but it's hard out there for everyone, not just celebrities. So if it had started out that way, and then she had gone and maybe like her dancing with those girls, and then cutting to women in their everyday jobs, being hard out there for everyone. But she's talking about
specifically the music industry. She is.
But it's hard out there for a bitch, and I feel like for us women to like relate to that in some sort of way, like it's got to show like, yes, it's hard out there for all of us bitches. You know what I mean? Because it is.
Double standards exist, but in her video, she's specifically attacking the double standard within the music industry, the misogyny, and I thought I applaud her for doing this.
And I thought she was trying to underscore the contrapuntal between the lyrics and what she was doing, because the lyrics are saying this is, you know, I'm being objectified in this way, and then she is kind of along the lines of what the director of Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines talked about trying to do. She's like, I am objectifying myself by doing this.
Right. What did you think,
So I
Elle?
thought she was trying to strike that duplicitous kind of chord.
I think she did a good job of doing that. What did you think, Elle?
I just have mixed feelings. Like, again, I do agree that it started out really strong, and I agree with a lot of what she's saying about like body image and like the pressure that people are putting on women in general. But I read something about what she said like in response to people criticizing her, and she was saying that she didn't want to like, you know, wear what everybody else was wearing in the video because she was like upset about her own body image.
She did, I read that this morning.
Yeah, and it's like, that seems kind of hypocritical in the sense that she's saying that you should be proud of like however you look, but then she's covering herself up. That's what rubbed me the wrong way.
That's an interesting take. She, this morning, really quickly, let's go over all the different criticisms. So some people are applauding her, saying this is very progressive of her. Way to go, Lily Allen. Other people are saying, actually, is it progressive to say things like, don't shake your ass, that means you don't have a brain? Right. Is that progressive? Yeah, is that a stab at people that are twerking like Miley Cyrus? Then other people are saying, what the response that you read this morning was, she's being racist, and she's saying she got so upset. And I don't think she's being racist. She's I'm not being racist. Right. I did not intentionally just try to cast like black women to be my backup dancers. If I wasn't riddled with cellulite, I would have been shaking my ass. And I think that's what you're referencing to. And she said, I'm not even going to apologize for being racist because that was not my intent at all. It's satire. And then her lyrics say right here, if you can't detect the sarcasm, you've misunderstood. Right. And then also in the lyrics, what I thought was really powerful is inequality promises that it is here to stay. Always trust the injustice because it's not going to go away. And that is the music industry.
Yeah. No, the song is fantastic. I just wish they had done a different approach to the video.
What would you have done differently?
Like I said, I would have cut to maybe like a female bus driver and just like, I don't know,
she's
just the struggle.
objectified,
Yeah, objectified, or like a woman at the office, like wearing heels and like getting stared at or talked about. It's just like.
I hear you, I do, and I do think you have a valid point, but there's a part of me that just is really kind of a little angry or a little annoyed that there is even defense needed of this, because my thoughts are like going at like 300 miles an hour. I'm sorry. Okay, so there were a couple of points that you made. One was about the cellulite, her being, almost a kind of different argument or oppositional argument because she's not proud to shake her cellulite-ridden body.
Yeah.
Right.
I understand that, but I also understand that she's a woman. She's trying to make a point in general. Also, there was that song years ago, "Stupid Girls," that I thought, yes, you could look at it as she's saying that if you do this and you shop and you whatever it is, you're stupid. But that's not really what she's saying.
Right.
What she's really saying is, if that's all you allow to define you, then you're limiting yourself, and therefore you're not living up to your potential, and thus stupid.
Yeah.
And similarly, I think the argument is, or what she's trying to bring across here is more so, not that, if you twerk, you're stupid, or,
Right.
if that's all you allow yourself to do, and especially since she's talking about the music industry, she's talking about the fact that Miley Cyrus is super popular, incredible,
Because of that.
beautiful,
Right.
all of these other things, and she has a voice, and I'm not saying she's stupid, but all
Right.
she's allowing people to identify her with now is, I'm a twerk, and that's so she's limiting herself and therefore not living up to her potential. So
Right.
I find that sometimes we allow ourselves to be distracted by all these other elements instead of getting the message. And the message is women can do better.
Yes.
And women have to fight harder. And why
hard out
not
here
just
for a bit.
accept that
No,
that's the
song,
message
I
instead
do.
of.
No, I do
and
get
I'm
that.
not
No.
angry. I'm just angry at the idea that this is being like we throw words like racism around really readily.
Right. Right.
And we're like, oh, that's racist. And like
Yes.
if you take that word and you use it all the time, you take away its power. If you don't understand when to use that's racist, then every time you throw it around now, I'm just gonna be like, okay, yeah, everything's fucking racist.
I was so upset by that.
Shanna.
Absolutely.
No. That's why I was getting angry.
You're
I'm like,
right. And
are you
here's-
serious?
And here's someone that's trying to promote a positive message and actually spark. I think her main point of doing this music video, you can always break it down and say she should have done this, she should have done that. Her main point was to spark conversation about
An awareness.
the double standard in the music industry. And I loved that she had the music executive like show the girls how to move their ass,
Yeah.
and the music executive show her how to like eat a banana, and just all the over sexualization.
Right.
And I thought that was incredible, and I applaud you, Lily Allen.
And the truth is, I don't know if as many eyeballs would have been on it if she hadn't been twerking and doing all of these other things in the video, because frankly, we're now so saturated with that's all we respond to.
Right, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's just one thing. It's just like
you
cutting
want to
from.
find
You want it to be more of a universal
but not
message.
just that, but it's cutting from that powerful beginning to me holding up a Nokia phone or me holding up a beatbox and singing along, and it's just like it cuts from that to like the product placement and the twerking, and I was just like, where did that beautiful portion of the beginning, because the song is so powerful and wonderful, where did that go? It went from that to that, and I'm like, I don't know, like it's just rubbed me the wrong way.
You're
I'm just
still
like
using those things, but because you're in on the joke, is that still okay?
That's what
you're trying to say.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
I get it.
But Shauna,
I
completely agree with.
I think this should be another unedited video. I feel like this is a good one. I think we have some good girl estrogen.
I agree with that. With the thing you said about
conversation.
racism,
But I do
because
understand what you're saying, but it's one of my pet peeves, and I don't pretend to speak for all black people or black women, and let me just say, I'm not speaking for everybody. This is just my personal perspective. I feel like people bandy about words like, oh, that's misogynistic, and not understanding that if you throw it around every single day without really applying it to a situation where that's really happening, then you take away its power. And they do that with racism.
And to the situation
So apply
in the
it.
video is what I was trying to say. Then I mean, show it without and then these critics can't say anything like that. If you just
Yeah, but you're never going to please
But you're never
everybody.
gonna please
You're
everybody.
you're not
never.
gonna please anybody, but at least you'll have some evidence behind what your message. You
But
know
at
what I
least
mean?
she's sparking dialogue,
Yeah,
and
'cause I
she's
feel
doing
like
it in a
nobody would be
fun.
talking about it
She's
as
still
much.
she's 28 years old. She's still within this industry. She still has to play the game, and I think she played the game in a really great way to spark this dialogue and to also poke at those the
The
parody.
only other thing I want to say, it's interesting that her record company allowed her to make a video or paid for a
It's
video.
Lily Allen, though. I mean,
She's-
she
she
paid
paid-
her single was
Yeah,
it
that's
Smile?
true,
Was
that's
that her
fine.
single?
I think so.
I thought
Where
so.
yeah, I mean, she's just her, and I
she's
love
fantastic.
her.
And
Yeah.
the thing I love so much about Pink's video, the Stupid Girls
Yeah.
video, is because Pink was going through all that stuff in the video and then saying, no, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So she was literally doing it and then getting out of
Okay.
it. Like the
Yeah.
fake boob thing, and then
Right.
she was like, no. You know what I mean?
see.
So it was like, it was really hammered in, like the message. You know what I mean? So it's just the video was based around the song more. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
And
I love this
that.
dialogue. This is great. This is exactly what she was hoping for.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So what do you guys think about Lily Allen's new music video? Let us know all your comments in the section below, and we will see you all next time on Pop Sugar.